Feliz Navidad, Joyeux Noel, greetings of the season, hailing from these hallowed halls with a very special reason. Though faced with trying times, we saw an opportunity to end this tough year with the spirit of community, to show our strength, our courage and resilience, as well as our talents, our gifts and our brilliance. From the parents, teachers and boys in blue, friends, family, staff and old boys too, a Christmas gift from us at the Q, the admin and PTA present to you, Noel Royale.
Special good evening to all and welcome. Today we are going to do a very special presentation for you. 2020 has indeed been a very difficult year for the entire world. At Queen's Royal College, it has been no different. We have had to navigate through some tough waters. We have done so to the best of our ability, and we are very pleased with the type of product that we have been able to produce. This evening, we want you to sit back and relax with us. We have had a very simple saying throughout the year. In Latin, it goes something like this: Bene e superesse. It means to survive and prosper. We hope that as we navigate through the rest of the year and into the next year, we all will survive and prosper. At Queen's Royal College, the name QRC is synonymous with excellence. This evening, this production, you will enjoy what we have on show. Sit back, relax. We are unable to provide the C-19 vaccine, but we certainly will be bringing an injection of hope and love with Royale Noel. Enjoy.
Ladies and gentlemen, the QRC Pan Ensemble. And up next, the prestigious Queen's Royal College Scout Band. More emerging talent from right here, Queen's Royal College. And up next, we have Mr. Gerard John Birmingham, biology and general science teacher.
A Christmas Reflection by G.J. Birmingham. Amidst the cacophony of cash registers, amidst the flurry of folks flooding streets and plazas, amidst the ham, turkey, sorrel, and ginger beer, let us rest now with loved ones near and dear, and open our minds to deeply focus on the true and glorious meaning of Christmas. Behold, light from a heavenly star, caressing a newborn baby's face afar. Listen to the sound of the angel's choir, a million sweet notes which ignite the fire of happiness and hope in wearied lives. The power of faith within them revives. 'Tis a celebration of the birth of our Lord, a manifestation of His grace outpoured. His perfect love continues to resonate, fighting the battle against the darkness of hate. Let us unite with our presence of love and peace as we partake in God's magnificent feast. In this world of turmoil, we will stand for what is right and just on the beautiful, holy day of Christmas. Merry Christmas, everyone. May your gifts be rich like the gold, myrrh, and frankincense. May this day bring you miracles in volumes immense. Thank you.
Thank you, Out of the Blue, our beloved school band. Coming up next, we have a burgeoning instrumentalist, Jamal Pear Roberts.
Ray of hope flickers in the sky. A tiny star lights up way up high. All across the land dawns a brand new morn. This comes to pass when a child is born. Silent wish sails the seven seas. The winds of change whisper in the trees, and the walls of doubt crumble, tossed and torn. This comes to pass when a child is born. A rosy hue settles all around. You've got to feel you're on solid ground. For a spell or two, no one seems forlorn. This comes to pass when a child is born. And all of this happens because the world is waiting for one child. Black, white, yellow, no one knows. But a child that will grow up and turn tears to laughter, hate to love, war to peace, and everyone to everyone's neighbor. And misery and suffering will be words to be forgotten forever and ever. Amen. It's all a dream, an illusion now. It must come true sometime soon, somehow. All across the land dawns a brand new morn. This comes to pass when a child is born. La la la, la 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 la, la 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 la, la 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 la. All across the land dawns a brand new morn. This comes to pass when a child is born. Merry Christmas.
Season's greetings, QRC. This is Roger Bonnier, class of 86, coming to you from Chicago, Illinois. A couple of years ago, I wrote a letter to my 15-year-old self. I'm wishing you all a great rest of the year, a brilliant 2021, and safety and good health. Roger, if you hold your ear to the ground one evening, in the savannah across the street from the school, or one morning, in the hollows on your walk in, the grass close to or far from the pond with its tadpoles so certain of becoming crapo, its lilies and anthuriums, you will hear history. You'll hear straight through to the sugar cane or tobacco or whatever used to grow here when the circular road was a barrack yard made of what your educating queen called chattel, who Mr. Churchill, after whom we named highways, fought hard to keep in their place, our place, but wherever, listen, and you'll save yourself a lot of grief. In this way of constructing who you are becoming, you may still save yourself and perhaps me significant amounts of time by understanding the way to master your world is yours to invent right now as a boy, absent being afraid, absent all the colony and whiteness still being built in you. Now is the time for you to recognize that the nation state is only 6 years your senior and therefore cannot be counted on to know any better than you what to do next the moment it has to surrender its khaki pants and go to work in a world designed to have it work always for the crown and not itself for white people and not itself. And isn't that the definition of colonize? To co-opt something to a purpose, not its own? But bitter old man that I am, perhaps I'm digressing. You are 15. You are not Trinidadian, or post-colonial, or colonial, or independent, or child of the Republic, or a British subject. You are black and native and made of the oil drums slick, a laborer's song, the combined sweetness of a basket full of 5 fingers, golden ripe and picked and eaten noisily, the sweet and tart, guiltless, down your chin and onto your useless school clothes. All government will form itself in your hands and steeple up your backbone with a unified noise like the katas of 1,000 stick fighters entranced by their grandfathers' Congo voices. Mostly, you need to know that you are already discovering the edges of the night and the 15 ways to gain dominion alongside all its spirits. This is not about a priesthood, but about the architecture of truth your people are seeking that is impossible to find in books already written. Remember, your people are older than the nation many times over, and what you are feeling in your blood is the alchemy of the spells you have already begun to draw from. Consult them again. Laming, CLR, Anson Gonzalez, Uriah, lawyer from Thomas Trace, Eric Williams, every Carib queen, Lloyd Bess, Auntie Entu, Rachel, Nenny, your grandfather. This is the time to get mounted in all their wisdom and finest garments. Walter Rodney, Amiri, Sonia Sanchez, Uncle Kenneth, Coffee, Chalk Dust. You have no idea yet how all these people are coming to save your life, and already you have them catalogued in the library of your becoming, stacks so overflowing with pooey and swamp water and coconut tree and all manner of beauty that you haven't yet got it clear that Galeota Point maps a power in you at the place where blood backwaters to your heart. Your heart, Roger. Oh, Jesus. If you could hear it love and weep the way I'm learning to listen for its guidance now. Enough about the old man though. Make haste and go now to Minshall's mass camp. Ask nothing, but watch old men bend wire to make bat wings or butterfly antennae and offer to make message to the shop for them for cigarette and a petticoat. Come back and listen to the song they humming while they work. Write down Black Stalin lyrics. Write down Rose lyrics. Write down any prayers any old people say for you in a book to carry America with you. Remember the day you visited Leroy in his studio? How you were in awe but forgot to listen to the bush moaning inside the colors on the massive canvas. How later you knew why he had to paint there in the bush but still let your feet get too sore for the hot pavement and the gravel the way your feet used to be ready as a child. Don't make that mistake again. Do not make the mistake of not listening. The only thing you have to do this evening is stay at football practice despite your mother's wishes and lie down in the grass afterwards and listen to the Timari open and close, and so much more will be revealed to you. Somewhere there is a new pan to be pounded and tuned inside you. This is all you have now. Already you are learning to hear with your eyes, with the quick motor of your muscle. Already you're hearing histories in your teachers droning on. Consult the catalog in your spine, boy. Ask Mr. Piggott a question in the hallway, any question, and he might give you fire to carry back to La Hawkita and Aruka and Maloney. He might give you a song to bring as offering when you climb Laventille Hill to lime with them fellas and listen to Despa's practice and drink 2 Carib. Mr. Douglas will give you a crystal ball and the power of prophecy if you pay a little more attention to the bois in the voices of the men. Listen past what those men think they know to the place where the bush is still burning wild in them. Listen less to the things you're already beginning to suspect are dead in the places where ideas go to lie down, in the caskets they call textbooks. Instead, remember the days in your backyard. No shoes, piece of wood as a bat, and stone as a ball, when you were an only child, and every tree in the yard, every mound of gravel and bush, a fieldsman. Remember how you carried the first 11 of every test cricket playing nation in your head and inserted your own name into the West Indies squad, or pretended to be Lloyd or Gomes or Sobers, any left-hander you could find. Remember what you knew about being black then, about the seasons for growing mangoes or pawpaw or how to cut cane. Remember that maybe you were 7 and the nation only 13, but you already knew the location of multiple pools in Cora River, and your grandfather had an uncle who'd bit a man's ear off, and he lived in a barrack yard and heard stories of a place called Africa where his mother came from before his French father sired him. If you pull these stories over your shoulders like several skins of several hunted carcasses, you can make an existential protection for yourself. You can weave a ground on which your people might walk, and you won't have to call them anything other than your people. And they can follow you there with any God in their hearts they choose. What if you decide right now that power is yours? What if you're already listening? Your body that still, your vibration that eternal, your ear to the ground gathering your past to build the sanctuary your people have no way of knowing to ask of their narrow God. This is ultimately what your people have called faith and are rushing hurriedly to define with words given them or beaten into them by those who invented the 3-card Monty of law, the possession of land, and the color of skin. You have a trick up your sleeve. A beautiful Obeah midwife slid it there long before your earthly coming. Find it. You will need to unfurl it in your darkest hours into a peacock's fan, a midnight robber mass, a sail of scarlet ibis rising. It will cover you. It will teach you love. You will bequeath it to your children and unblood the beautiful streets and rivers of your birth. With love, still alive. Roger.
We cannot forget that blue blood emanates not only from the sons of this wonderful institution, but also from their parents. Here, with a lovely duet, please welcome Deborah and Reynald.
La luce che tu dai,
I pray we'll find your light.
ore resterà.
And hold it in our hearts.
I'll ricordarci che
When stars go out each night.
l'autunno stella sei nella mia preghiera.
Let this be our prayer.
Quanta fede c'è
When shadows fill our day.
lead us to a place,
Guide us with your grace.
give us faith so we'll be saved. Sogniamo un mondo senza più violenza, un mondo di giustizia e speranza. Ognuno a Dio, ma non sono vicino, simbolo di pace, di fraternità. La forza che ci dai,
Be kind.
il desiderio che
Watch us from above.
ognuno troviamo
We hope it's so far.
eterno dentro sé.
Another song to love.
Let this be our prayer,
Let this be our prayer.
just like every child,
Just like every child.
need to find a place. Guide us with your grace. Give us faith so we'll be saved. E la fede che hai acceso in noi. Sento che ci salve.
Noel Royale is a collaborative effort driven by the QRC PTA and administration and supported by many old boys like myself who've given back to make sure the event's success. Speaking of giving back, if you or anyone you know is willing to contribute, you can do so by contacting the PTA through the college's office. We thank you for your continued interest and support.
Nobody can deny, can deny, nobody can deny, can deny, nobody can deny, can deny. He is a jolly, 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 jolly fellow. Hello, jolly, 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 jolly fellow. Hey, yeah, he is a jolly, 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 jolly good fellow. Hello, jolly, 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 jolly good fellow. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Deny, can deny, nobody can deny, can deny, deny, can deny, nobody can deny. Yes, 90, 90, 90, 90, 90, 90, nobody can deny. Oh, oh, I can deny, nobody can deny, nobody can deny. Yes.